Hello. So today's pose that we're going to break down is Parighasana, also known as gate pose. And this is considered a standing pose according to the cards that I am using. Even though you're not actually standing on your feet, that's what they call it. And let's see, the benefits of this position, this pose, is it stretches your side body and your pelvis, tones your abdominal muscle organs, and promotes breath awareness. So how would you get into this position according to this card? You begin kneeling. With an exhale, stretch your right leg to the right, toes pointing away. Keep your left hip aligned over your left knee. You would stretch your arms wide and at shoulder length with an inhale. Bend to the right with an exhale. Rest your right hand on your thigh or calf and reach your left arm up and over. Gaze towards your upper arm. Hold the pose and take slow, deep breaths. Rise with an inhale, change sides. Modification, gaze forward. Bend only as far as is comfortable, which that should be on all of these cards, but they are not. And it says to avoid this pose if you have a knee injury. Well, that's obvious, right? Even one leg is going to be on your knee. So, this is how you would get into that position. This is what it looks like. This is how that works. Another modification that is not stated on the card is, of course, let's say you don't have a knee injury, but you have sensitive knees. If you have a foam block nearby, or you have a pillow, or maybe a towel that you can fold up, or even what you can also do is take your yoga mat and fold it to where that adds a little bit more comfortability for you. One leg, you'll be on whichever leg, because of course you're going to switch sides if that's what the instructor will cue you to do. And from this position, you will, I know I'm using the cats for stability here, but you would bring one leg, I'm assuming forward, unless you have the strength and stability to directly bring your leg from a kneeling position out to the side. If you don't, there's no reason why you can't step it out and then heel toe, your foot out to the side. From there, I would encourage you to try to not lean back with this position. So you don't want to, if possible, you don't want to have your upper body leaning forward. If you feel like this is because you're having to overcompensate because something is too tight, try making a modification in another area that would then allow you to be able to do this position to gain the most benefit from it. However, if you are in a certain position because maybe your hamstrings are too tight, your hip flexors are too tight, or you just don't have that mobility, don't worry about it. Where you are is perfectly okay, and that's where you're supposed to be. So, from this position, you're on whichever knee. So let's say I'm on my left knee. I will bring my right leg out, point the toes out and away from the body. Extend the arms out to the side, lift your chest up, be proud, head up as if there's a string pulling from the center of your head up and elongating your spine and your torso. Arms out to the sides. Relax the shoulders. And with an inhale, exhale, almost like a windmill. You're going to windmill your arms, your right leg out, right arm down to where I would say wherever is comfortable for you. For me, having my hand right here above my knee is comfortable for me. Now, can I reach further? Absolutely. When I do that, I feel more of a stretch in the back of my leg where my hamstrings are. That's okay. It could also mean that as long as it doesn't hurt, the stretch does, of course, could mean that maybe I am not in a position to, at the moment, having the mobility to stretch my ankle, my foot all the way out to the side. It's sort of turned in just slightly at a 45-degree angle. I can go further, and me having my foot turned in allowed me to go further. So you could think of getting into a position that way as a modification. That's not a bad thing. You're just, in a sense, meeting your body where it is physically. And then mentally, we'll work on where we're at mentally. Then we can be in that space and allow our body to be in that space as well. So, if my feet are turned in slightly, I can bring my arm, my hand down past my knee. If I choose to have my foot directly out at a 90-degree angle, I'm more comfortable with my hand above my knee. Left arm up and extend over, bringing my gaze up to my upper arm. Now, this wouldn't be accessible for everyone. In the case that you cannot, for whatever reason, turn your head, gaze forward this way. If this is uncomfortable, do this. If this is uncomfortable, do this. You could even try this. You don't have to bring your arm into the picture. The only thing with raising your arm up and over does is it stretches the muscles that are on this side of the body here. That is what that does. If looking forward is too uncomfortable, bring your gaze down slightly. If you have to look down at the ground, you can also do that. And then inhale, bring your arm down, your leg in, and then move on. You be cued to the other side in however the instructor cues you to do so. So, that's that pose. Let me know how that went.